46 survivors, some of them emaciated and disorientated rather, in a court-ordered operation near the town southwest of Johannesburg. The survivors, who are mostly from Mozambique, Zimbabwe and Lesotho, have been arrested and charged with illegal immigration, trespass, illegal mining and other offenses. Reporters at the scene saw the cage being lifted out empty and being driven away in a truck. The CEO of a rescue company involved in the operation said it was possible some of the dead had been left in the vast network of deep tunnels and would never be found. Tanzania's government said no one in the country had tested positive for the Marburg virus after the World Health Organization (WHO) said at least 8 people in the northwest were believed to have died from it. As of 15th January 2025, laboratory results for all suspected individuals were negative for Marburg virus. Jenista Magama, the country's health minister, said in a statement released late on Wednesday. On Tuesday, the World Health Organization said it had received reliable reports of suspected cases of Marburg virus in the region of Kagera on January 10. Victims had presented with typical Marburg symptoms, including headache, high fever, back pain, diarrhea, vomiting blood, muscle weakness, and external bleeding. The viral hemorrhagic fever has a fatality rate as high as 88% and is from the same virus family as the one responsible for Ebola, which is transmitted to people from fruit bats, endemic to parts of East Africa. After receiving information on the suspected cases, Magama said the ministry took immediate measures, including the deployment of a team of experts to the area, event investigation, the collection of specimens, and laboratory testing. At a virtual press conference from Geneva on Thursday, World Health Organization Director General Tedros Adhanom said that Tanzania should send the samples it has collected to international reference laboratories and to collect additional samples in accordance with normal procedure. Head of Libya's National Oil Corporation, Fahad Bendgara, has resigned due to health issues, and Masoud Suleiman has been appointed as acting chief, the state oil company said on Thursday. The Government of National Unity's head, Abdul Hamid Al-Deba, accepted Bendgara's resignation and appointed Suleiman pending the formation of a new board of directors at the next cabinet meeting, NOC added in a statement. Bendara, who was appointed in July 2022 to replace veteran NOC chief Mustafa Sanala, submitted his resignation to Deba 3 times in 1 year as he wanted to have a back surgery that would require him to rest for months and could not be postponed, a source from Bendgara's office told reporters. The NOC runs the technical sector of oil and gas production, along with a number of smaller subsidiaries. In OPEC member Libya, which is the 3rd largest oil producer in North Africa. Since the fall of Muammar Gaddafi in a NATO-backed uprising in 2011, Libya's oil production has been repeatedly hit by groups blocking facilities, sometimes to demand material benefits, but also as a tactic to achieve wider political ends. Oil prices fell on Thursday, with Yemen's Houthi militia expected to halt attacks on ships in the Red Sea, and investors weighing strong U.S. retail data and sanctions on Burhan's rival into the 2-year-old civil war. Mohammed Hamdan Dagalo, commander of the paramilitary Rapid Support Forces. 2 sources with knowledge of the actions. One aim of Thursday's sanctions was to show that Washington was not picking sides. Speaking earlier on Thursday, Burhan was defiant about the prospect that he might be targeted. Washington also issued sanctions over the supply of weapons to the army, targeting a Sudanese-Ukrainian national as well as a Hong Kong-based company. Thursday's action freezes any of their U.S. assets and generally bars Americans from dealing with them. The Treasury Department says. Former Bank of Canada Governor Mark Carney announced on Thursday that he was running to replace Prime Minister Justin Trudeau as leader of the ruling Liberal Party, saying he wanted to focus on the struggling economy. Carney, who's 59, launched his bid at an event in the western city of Edmonton, casting himself as an outsider who was not part of Trudeau's unpopular government. Trudeau announced his resignation this month amid unhappiness among legislators alarmed by the party's poor polling numbers ahead of an election this year. Trudeau, who took office in November 2015, will stay on until his replacement is named on March 9. Carney's main rival looks to be former Finance Minister Chrystia Freeland, whose resignation last month over policy differences led to Trudeau's decision to quit. The new Prime Minister is unlikely to be in office for long. The minority government could be toppled in Parliament as soon as the end of March, triggering an election that polls indicate the official opposition Conservatives will win. Carney, who was also governor of the Bank of England, is running as an outsider with considerable financial experience. His launch speech in his Liberal Party leadership bid. I resigned all my roles, cut all my ties, I am all in, he said. Cuban dissident and human rights activist Jose Daniel Ferrer told reporters on Thursday that with the Vatican to gradually free upwards of 500 prisoners. The Cuban government began liberating a small number of prisoners on Wednesday following talks with the Catholic Church that prompted U.S. President Joe Biden's administration 16 years. But Diolira's family and doctors are confident